play you guys something a little softer. I'm going to go back to original here. This, as I mentioned, we've been recording in the studio over the last week or so. And actually, I was at open mic. The agency I work with hosts an open mic every Wednesday at Bottle House 42 down in Milwaukee. And I was there this past Wednesday for a second. I popped in, and on my way out the door, I guess the boss, the mother boss, whatever, the one that you see at the final stage of, you know, Mario or whatever, the boss. As I was walking on, she was like, hey, she flagged me down. She's like, hey, can you come talk to me for a second? I was like, sure. And I thought she was going to yell at me. Because I just think everybody's going to yell at me all the time. If anybody like flags me down, it's usually some shit I did. But she's like, hey, can you come talk to me for a second? I was like, yeah. And she offered me a gig, and she introduced me to this guy that was kind of, you know, getting called. Wow, this is the most unprofessional gig ever. It's probably my mom. But she gave me this gig, and she introduced me to this guy that was kind of incarcerated his whole life, and he kind of came out of it and started a business, and you know, brought himself back, you know, after, you know, a felony and all that kind of stuff. And if I'm being honest, I grew up in Wales, Kilmarine, you know, pretty clean cut, pretty neat, but I was the asshole of Wales. So I got in some trouble too growing up, and so she wanted to connect me to this guy. Just she wanted to get a bunch of people together that are, you know, have kind of had a positive outcome in their lives after, you know, kind of being misled through your youth. And that's something I don't really talk about much. She kind of put me on the spot there for a second, and I was super embarrassed about it, but I've been thinking about it over the last 2 days, and it's really nothing you should be embarrassed about, you know? We're all where we are for a reason, and I was like 16 when that shit happened, so I don't care anymore. But this is a newer song of mine that's finally addressing that kind of stuff. It was such a big part of my life for such a long time that I never acknowledged. And only recently now I felt comfortable with talking about it, so, you know, as songwriters do, I decided to write a song about it. And I know they say that, you know, we have kids, and there's no favorite, you know, you love all your kids for a reason or another. And I've always compared songs to that way. It's like, you know, you love all your songs for a certain reason or another. They all do something different for you. But I think that's some bullshit. This is definitely my favorite song, so I'm sure you all have your favorite kid. I know my mom's is my sister, not me. She's the only girl, you know? It's the oldest, the girl, and then there's 2 boys that are a nightmare, so she ain't lying. But when it comes to songs, I think this might be my favorite. Mostly maybe because I was just being honest with myself for the first time. You know, I haven't really talked about this shit in 10 years. So yeah, I don't know if you guys know that disc golf course in Wales, but pretty much where I got in trouble for the first time. This is called Caged.
Smoked out in the backseat, watching all these young birds spread their wings. Graduation cake, watching them all fly away. It's when they slap the cuffs on me a little more bruised up. I'm disillusioned. Independence Day, spent it locked away, watching the lights dance from the window of my cage. Tried to take everything, tried to clear my ways, but the caged bird won't sing as sweet. Didn't think I'd make it this far in life. Got this old bird staring farther down the skyline, but I still believe. Yes, I spread my wings, wake up every day and I try to sing.